I will show you how to make a form that uses calculations using Fluent Forms Pro. One needs the Pro version because calculations cannot be done in the free version. So I've set up the Pro version, and here is an example I made. I call it room and board. So here we can choose how many nights one wants to stay at this place. And I could set it will cost $50 a night, so 5 times 5 is 25, so we have 250. I added a prefix of $sign. So here I've added a heading. I used a custom HTML field. And for that, I have then set up a number of breakfasts one wants to have, and they're like $15 a piece. So we have $15 for that. So if I put on 2, and you see it changes depending on amount of breakfast. Here I also put in, I believe, some kind of custom field, HTML field, and there's a line that comes with it. So I just removed the content and left the line. We'll look at this in a moment. So here we have totals, total for food. Basically calculates this field, total breakfast, total lunch, and total dinners. Adds them up, and we have total for food. So total cost of stay for room and food. We'll take these fields to total for food, and we'll take total food plus total nights stayed, and we get then the 295 for that. So that is basically how I did the calculations for this form. So I'll go in the backend now, and I will go into Fluent Forms, which I'm using. I will go to the room and food form, and here we basically see the form. So I'll just click the form here, and I put this as a drop down. I've also pre-selected one night as default. So I'll just click into what I want as default here, and I have added click calculation values, and added values for each of these. So total nights stayed, here I went to the bottom, click advanced options, enable calculation, and remember this is just for the Pro version that can do calculations. I added then the click here for the how many nights you plan to stay, and you see it's a copy of the one I have already. So this will then basically take the values, add it here. If I take, for instance, choose 3, then it's 150, and total, and the amount from here will be added in the calculations to this one field here that I select. How many nights do you plan to stay is then the top field for the drop down. Click that, and it is added here. So it will just add the value that's above here for the nights into total nights stayed, adding a prefix of $sign. So here I have then HTML. I add an HTML field, and I just aligned it in the middle, and I also did it bold. And basically same thing here again. Drop down. We have total breakfast, advanced options. I add a prefix, and here I just need to select number of breakfast, and you see it's the same I selected here earlier. So we'll take this value from select number of breakfast and show it here. So, and also here a little bit further down, total. To get totals, I then advanced options, numeric field 1 and 5 and 4. Basically I took in total for food is select number of breakfast, select number of lunches, and dinners, and these will then add up. I put a plus here in the middle and a plus here, and these will then add up the amount, and I get the total for food. So cost to stay in the room for food and drink. Again, the last one here, I am then calculating total for food and total for nights stayed, and then add a plus in the middle here. So I can hover here and I see it says plus, minus, and kind of like the star, which is times, and then dividing. So this is basically how to set this up, and I just changed the name for this. So what I will do now, I will create a new form. I'll just take some of these values and I will recreate some of it. So basically here I had a drop down. I will just call it 1, 2, and 3, and calculation values I will do 10, 20, and 30. So for this I will then I will call it numbers, and I will add a total here. I will also add this is also a numeric field. I will add a numeric field for this, so I will call it total. So I'll add in prefix of $. I will add in calculation field here, and it will just take numbers, and that's basically it for totals. So again, I can do, for instance, I can copy this and call it numbers 2, and add some actually add the same thing. I have the same thing with 10, 20, 30. And here we then instead I'll add numbers and numbers 2 and get a total of those. So one plus the other equals a total. So I'll go advanced options, and I will then add numbers plus numbers 2, and I will save. I will need to add this form somewhere. I will just kind of open up, this is just a development site here, and I will just kind of open up, I'll just create a new page, call it calculations, and I will add in the Fluent Forms, which can be done by Shift 7, Fluent Forms, or I can go up here and write Fluent. And then I will need to add, I call a blank form. I did not give it, I did not rename it. So what I can do now is I'll just call it simple calculations, simple calculations, okay, rename. And then adding this page here, I'll just save the draft. We have this here, so what I'm going to do is preview publish here, select 1, numbers 2, 1, and since these values are 10 and 10 is 20, so we got a nice just a total here. So I can add these up again, I can get another total and add both of these total fields together to get another sum, for instance. So there's a lot of things. So this is basically a simple calculations here that I made. So that's what I basically want to show for now. Hopefully that was nice and clear for you. If you have any questions, let me know.